Since you've had them, is there one horse that maybe surprises you that they're doing this well and that they're to this point?
To be honest with you, not really. I mean, they're horses that we thought a lot of, and they came in, with good reputations from the training centers they came from. And in Audible's case, he was a $500,000 two-year-old in training. So, the one thing that surprised me a little bit with Audible is in his first start, he broke just okay, got dirt in his face, and really retreated way back. But he put in a big rally, and so he kind of showed us that day like he was wanting more distance. And in his next start, he put it together and then kind of came back in the allowance race after that and was very impressive. So I can't say that any of them have been big surprises, just because they're horses that we had high expectations for when they came in.
You got Always Dreaming back. Just some thoughts about him in the last year, what it was like to win the Derby with him, and where he stands right now.
Well, we think we're getting him back to where he was. Came in, he had a nice gallop this morning. We got one race under his belt, which was a respectable second at a mile, and we're happy to get him back here to Churchill over a surface we know he likes, and just hoping we can get him back on course for a big 4-year-old year. And it's great to see him back. He looks physically fantastic. He's really filled out and looks well, and we're expecting a good race from him.
Some Derby winners don't do that well after the Derby. They just never seem to get back there. Others, why that happens?
I don't know, because in Always Dreaming's case, we felt like at Pimlico he showed us good energy leading into the Preakness, and we were expecting a good performance from him. And the one thing I do think we got very lucky at Churchill when the track started to dry out through the course of the day, and then we got a really good rain like maybe an hour before the race, which left it sloppy. At Pimlico we got the opposite. We got rain, and then we got drying out throughout the day, and by the time they ran the Preakness, it was a gooey, sticky track that I didn't think he really cared for. So, perfect example of sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. But, in his case, it was just always trying to play catch up from there. Never felt like we really got him back to where he was going into the Florida Derby and the Kentucky Derby, and hopefully we've got him back there now. Back here with 4 really good horses, and it's a lot of fun for us to see the reactions of the owners and how excited they are about it. And so we hope we do the best we can, prepare them the best we can, and hope they run well. And it goes without saying, we'd love to win another one.
But after last year's win, you even kind of mentioned the fact it was big to get a second one. It kind of validated almost the first one, so to speak.
I think so. It was. You got to be thankful anytime you can win one, and been blessed to now have won 2. But I always felt like one was great, and another one kind of solidifies it.
Does it take the pressure off, or did you ever feel the pressure anyway?
I think it does take some pressure off when you've won a couple, and but it doesn't make you want to win another one any less.
Todd, can you talk about what stands out about Notable Indy? I feel like with such a heavy group that you brought in this year, he kind of gets overlooked a little bit right now.
Yeah, he does get overlooked a little bit, I think, by the general public, and I don't know, part of it maybe is the Louisiana Derby was six weeks before, and so you've had a number of prep races since then that sort of garner a lot of attention. But if you look at what he's done, it's pretty impressive to go 3 for 4, and like I said, to re-rally after being passed in the middle of the stretch at the fairgrounds, I thought was big.
Todd, can you talk about the depth of this field when you have an impressive Florida Derby winner who might be possibly the 4th choice, and an impressive Wood Memorial winner who could be the 5th choice, and a Louisiana Derby winner who could be
12th choice.
Yeah, what does that say?
Right now it looks like a really, really exciting Derby, and you've got a little bit of everything, and a European horse coming in that was completely dominant in the UAE Derby with a big-time pedigree, and trained by Aidan O'Brien, and it's just it looks like an awfully deep group and powerful group, so it's exciting.
Getting back to what you were saying about it takes a little bit of the pressure off. You've won 2 now, but do you have owners that say, "Hey, wait, buddy, you haven't won one for me yet"?
Oh yeah, Mike Rapoli says that every day. It's that's, like I said, part of what's fun for us is seeing the owners' excitement level and their reaction to having a horse in the Derby. It makes it fun for us.
Still waiting on a jockey for Noble
We are, and I'm going to talk to Elliot Walden and Mike Rapoli today. I'd say we'd be getting pretty close to making a decision here in the next day or so.
How important is it, your relationship with the owners? Because if you have 4 horses this good, I mean, there's 4 different sets of groups of people that want to talk to and what's your number one effort out of all that, but you seem to always have great relationships.
No, I mean, like I've said before, I think sometimes in a race like this, there's less pressure against running against stablemates because none of your owners would expect you to hold a horse out for another race, and sometimes that's the case when you have maidens running against each other, allowance horses or minor stakes when there's other options out there. But in this case, everyone's really understanding about this is what is the right thing to do for each individual horse and each individual owner. So that part of it's easy, and we're blessed to have some really good